Thank you for tuning in to Really Next Podcast. Today is March 9th, 2022. And it's been a minute since I've been on here. I've been postponing my podcast. I had to make a few changes in my life, and I also been working doubles and cleaning, just getting myself together. I'm not going through depression. I'm not going through anxiety, just removing some things and moving forward. Today's topic is going to be about self-love. For the reason why I've been doing what I've been doing for these past few weeks. I've been getting away from negativity. I've been getting away from things that no longer serve me. Also, as I look back on life, I find myself helping others and doing for others and never really just taking care of myself. So self-love, that's the topic that I'm going to talk about. The definition of self-love is defined as love of self or regards of one's own happiness or advantage. It's conceptual both as a basic human necessity and as a moral flaw, akin to vanity and selfishness, conceitedness, egotism, and narcissism. That can be the negative part of self-love. But the positive part of self-love, like I said, I'm getting away from doing for others and making myself last. I'm trying to find balance in helping people that actually need help, not people that are leeches, getting around people that are motivators, people that are positive, people that love themselves and remind me that I should love myself too. It's been a difficult journey because for the past, since I've been living, and that's an over exaggeration, but for a while now, probably since I've been an adult, I always have put others before me. I always wanted to save the world. I've always wanted to give everybody my last, just to show that I care. But at the age of 43, I'm tired of that. It's draining. It's mentally draining. It's exhausting because I'm finding out people really just don't really need help. They really don't even want help. They want to leech. They want to suck you dry because they see that you're a nice person and they just feel like, oh, because she's a nice person, she don't mind doing this or that. But to let people know that are like that, that's going to get old real quick because God sees you, karma. What goes around comes around. So when people try to use or manipulate or leech off of others, your path is not going to be a positive path. It's going to be a negative path because everything that comes your way is still not going to work. You're still going to go through things. You're still going to have problems and trials and tribulations because your heart is not good. When you're reaching out for things or asking people for things, it's not in a good space or it's not in a good place. It's all because you're being selfish and you don't want to work hard for what you need to work hard for. And most likely you're lazy and think that the world owes you anything. But I'm here to tell you, nobody owes anybody anything. When you want to survive, I feel like this is my opinion, and it might not be a popular opinion, but I feel like if you want something, you go work for it. Like, nobody should give you handouts of things that you know that you need, or even if you want it, because you appreciate it more if you go get it yourself. If you find more than one way to go get it as a hard working, making a good living, doing the right thing, you'll appreciate it more. So why try to take from people that actually work hard to move? They trying to better themselves, but you're not trying to better yourself, if that makes any sense. Because if you're sitting there just expecting a handout, you'll never appreciate anything. I was raised to believe that. That's what I was taught. You work for what you want. You also work for what you need. Yes, sometimes people are going to need help, but it has to come from a genuine place of needing help. Yes, people go through things. Yes, people have problems. Yes, people just It's life. But at the same time, the mindset is like, is you going through problems because this is something that you couldn't help? Or are you going through problems because this is something that you caused for yourself? So self-love for myself is walking away from people that are causing their own mishaps. You really don't need help. You need a therapist. And I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm just a human being that wants to help people that actually really need help. I said to myself, 2022 and the rest of my life, as long as I'm living, I don't want to be around a lazy person. I don't want to be around a negative person. I don't want to be around people that talk about other people, gossiping. I don't want to be around manipulators. I don't want to be around cheaters. I definitely don't want to be around liars. I can't stand a thief, so I don't want to be around those people. If you don't have a hustle mentality or something in you that say, hey, I got to get up and make things happen for myself, I don't want to be around you. And in my circle of people, I done walked away from a lot of people, and I'm going to continue to do that when I feel like you can do so much more, but you're making a calculated choice not to do so. I don't want to be around people that are materialistic, because life is not about material things. It's actually about helping the next person. And also, too, it's also about helping people realize there's a God and getting closer to God. Our relationship with God should be so much closer than worrying about materialistic things of that nature. I put a post up about a couple of days ago about structure. People worry about all the wrong things, but the things that they actually really need to be worried about. And materialistic things like clothes, maybe yes, some you need clothes, but it's what type of clothes that you're chasing behind. Are you chasing behind a Louis Vuitton or whatever, all this foolishness? Or you just buy yourself some clothes? Are you trying to keep up with the Jones? And then when you're trying to keep up with the Jones, and when rent time or a cell phone bill time come up, you don't even have the money because you done bought something that you didn't even need. So those type of people I'm staying away from, because those the type of people I feel like they're the leeches, because you're not making good choices in your life. And you feel like somebody should hand you something that you're not working for. And that really is like a pet peeve for me, because I work hard. I literally work 6 days and sometimes 7 days out of my week just to have the things that I need, which is basic survival, a roof over my head, food in my mouth, my bills paid, my truck note paid, those type of things. I rarely ever treat myself out. But when I do, it's not buying foolishness. When I treat myself out, it's more like, oh, I deserve some crawfish. Oh, I do deserve a nice outfit, but I'm not supposed to spend $300, $400 on an outfit, because that's ridiculous when I know I got future bills coming up. Oh, I do deserve to buy myself something for my house to make it more homely. Those type of things. But my priorities, my structure is to make sure I pay my bills. That's what I go to work for, to pay my bills and make sure that I'm surviving. And that that I don't depend on no one to do those things for me. I don't have my hand out. And then people that know me, the only time I ever ask for anything is when it's like something I could not control. It's something that caught me off guard. But I'm pretty much a disciplined person. I pay my bills. I am responsible. I do what I have to do to make sure that I'm surviving. And I'm pretty healthy. I go to the doctor. I go to the dentist. I get my yearly exams. I do all those things. I am very much into my health. I'm very much into just making sure that I'm able to live a little bit longer in the way I think that I should live a little bit longer. People might not like the way I do things. Yes, here and now I do some foolishness, but it's not to the point where it's messing up my structure and my discipline. And I really don't owe nobody an explanation of who I am. So self-love is basically just taking care of myself, making sure that I am in control of everything that I need to do with myself and doing the things that I'm supposed to do, like work, eat, sleep, and those things of nature. So self-love, what is self-love for yourself? Some people just want to mess off money and do foolishness and then want to blame Tom, Dick, and Harry on why they're going through what they're going through. But at the end of the day, they have to turn around and look in the mirror or point their finger back at themselves and say, hey, I did this to myself. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm removing myself from things that are not good for me. I'm removing myself from people that are not good for me. It's just what it is, I want to live to 100. I don't know if that's God's will, but I'm hoping and praying that it is God's will that I live for a very long time, that I see my grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, and that whole DNA or bloodline of a Williams come through. So I'm practicing self-love. I'm taking care of myself. I'm removing myself from certain situations. I'm doing much better than what I've done in a long time. I'm happier. I have peace. I'm away from a lot of people. I'm to myself. And I only have a very few people that I talk to here on a daily basis. And it's so much peaceful. And I keep saying that. It is so much peaceful. The gray hair is not growing like it was. It slowed down. So that's self-love. I'm just getting myself away from things that no longer serve my soul. Because I know the day that I do close my eyes for eternity, I really hope and pray that I go to heaven. And so if that means that I need to remove myself off the face of this earth for me to get to heaven, that's what I'm going to do. I'm no longer partaking in no type of foolishness whatsoever. And that's just what it is. Okay, this is the end of my podcast, Really Net's podcast, talking about how I'm self-loving myself. I'm going to be more consistent on these podcasts from here on out. Like I said, I'm to myself in my own home, and things are going to get so much better. Watch and see. I'm happier, I'm more at peace, and life is great. Come back and tune in next week at 9 p.m. I'm trying to figure out if I'm doing these on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, so just look out for an update if it's going to be on a Tuesday or Wednesday. And everybody have a wonderful evening. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're doing for self-love. How are you making your life better? What are you not doing, or what you are doing just to make life just more peaceful? These times, people need to really be just getting their life together, getting their soul together, because you just never know. And 2020, 2021, 2022 has showed me something that it just stuck with me. Life is definitely too short. People that were supposed to me, I felt like should have lived a long time, they're gone. And now it's just like, okay, you just never know. Get it together. Love yourself. Love on the right people. Have the right people in your corner. Get advice from the right type of people. And life will be more peaceful. All right now. I'm out.